Parents, I've got some stuff to say about Illumination Studios, but let's first talk about this specific film. Will kids like it? Is it a safe bet for families? I'll get into all the cheeky details in this spoiler-free review of Despicable Me 4. Shortly after Gru and Lucy have a baby, Gru Jr., the former villain turned secret agent must take his family into hiding after a former nemesis, Maxime, escapes prison. Now, with new identities, the family of 6 must try to blend into normal society. Meanwhile, the minions are hard at work at the Anti-Villain League, trying to track down Gru's former nemesis, even if that means taking extreme measures by creating mega minions. Now, the only question that remains is, will the minions find Maxime before he finds Gru and his undercover family? This is the 4th installment of the Despicable Me series, not to mention the 2 additional solo Minion movies. And I had felt recently that Illumination had taken a leap forward in its quality, specifically with last year's The Super Mario movie and the surprisingly profound Migration. But Despicable Me 4 seems a bit like, maybe not a step backwards, but perhaps stagnation. It's a movie that may make you giggle at times, but it's also a movie that leans heavily on completely outdated jokes. It literally has references to Honey Badger Don't Care, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2, 80s pop song Karma Chameleon, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and the same Terminator 2 joke The Simpsons made 30 years ago, in the 90s when it was relevant. It's a movie that establishes that Gru's youngest daughter, Agnes, doesn't feel comfortable lying about her new undercover name.
We aren't supposed to lie.
Don't think of it as lying. Think of it as high-stakes pretending.
Well, I'm not going to.
And so I think, this movie is going to teach a moral lesson about the power of honesty. But no, it's going to instead use that moral dilemma as a gag to get their karate sensei beat up, then never discuss it again. It's a movie with so many congruent plots designed to keep your attention that it feels less like one cohesive story and more like an hour and a half of YouTube shorts. The movie feverishly goes in more directions than I can count, whether it's the familiar starting a new life and trying to fit in plot, the side hijinks of our favorite 3 minions, the AVL's super secret work developing mega minions, the introduction of a new supervillain, the backstory of a school where all these villains are educated, the super heist Gru is forced to undertake by the best new character, a tween wannabe villain, or my favorite running gag, the fact that Gru Jr. detests his father. Despicable Me 4 achieves nothing deeper than desperately trying to stave off your children's boredom. And frankly, I think it succeeds. It does not have the depth of this summer's blockbuster Inside Out 2, but it's another completely family-friendly adventure that rarely breaks the mold, but instead follows their expected familiar formula, with lowbrow jokes and immature humor that will relate to everyday people without the threat of polarizing agendas or inappropriate content. I did like the introduction of Poppy, a caricature of Generation Alpha that both respects Gru's accomplishments as a villain but also despises the fact that he's from an older, out-of-touch generation. But even with her, I thought they could have gone in a more substantial direction because she felt humorously evil for a girl that age, but the film instead is content maintaining the status quo with her as well. For my overall rating, Despicable Me 4 is a ridiculous, nonsensical kids movie that us adults will just have to suffer through. But it avoids pushing any Hollywood worldviews and is completely safe for families to get out of the summer heat. So I will give it 2.5 stars, totally average. Not good, not bad, but clean, with cringeworthy fun for everyone. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please take a moment to help me grow this channel by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and ringing the notification bell so you never miss any of my future content. Also, you can watch some of my other reviews by clicking one of these boxes.